Imaging.com. That's DEXimaging.com. Or call 352-266-0333 for your free document management evaluation today.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. It's time to get that new look started. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon, 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. And whether you're going on a job interview or out on a date, your hands do a lot of talking. Manicures are a must. Hello Gorgeous is a full-service salon, so let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala, right next to the historic Marion Theater. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too.
Hello, gorgeous.
When you go into Automax, Marion County's #1 pre-owned dealer for over 15 years, you won't take the new car depreciation because Automax saves you thousands on late model vehicles. Browse the inventory online at automaxocala.com. Then come down to see the great vehicles and upfront pricing in person. Compare up to 60 models inside the climate control showroom. So take your time. No high pressure, no gimmicks, no games. On the corner of 17th and Easy Street. Automax. Quality cars, outlet prices.
All right, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. It is a beautiful Thursday morning in Ocala. Hope you're doing well. Right now, the temperature looks as beautiful as it looks up there in the sky. 70 degrees. Temperature's climbing today to 84 degrees, and there's only a 10% chance of rain. Tomorrow, sunny skies. No mention of rain in tomorrow's forecast, so a little bit there. Yesterday, we were not able to talk to Galen. We had a different kind of a day. First time ever that we did a pre-recorded show.
In all these decades.
Yeah, first time ever. And it was not comfortable driving away knowing that the whole show was in the hands of a computer.
Yeah.
It wasn't comfortable at all.
Like that.
But we're live today. Galen Unold is on the phone live. Good morning, Galen.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good. How was your day yesterday? Did your son get to go to the Trump event?
Yeah, he sure did. He went, he saw, he stood for like 5 hours, I guess.
Oh my gosh, really?
Had a great time. Yeah, he said it was fun.
Oh wow.
I said, what was it like? He goes, it was like a giant pep rally. I will tell you the funniest thing he told me all day was he said, he's like, some guy spoke from New York or something. I guess he had something to do with 9/11 or something.
Wow.
And I said, Rudy Giuliani? He goes, yeah, that's him. I'm like, okay. I said, so
that's funny.
So you don't know who he is? He goes, Dad, it was in 2001.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he was 9 months, and it just goes to show you he was 9 months old. On 9/11.
Of course, yeah.
And he's just like. So I'm like, did you like him? He goes, I guess so. I didn't understand what he was saying.
Oh, that's funny. Did he go alone? Did your son go alone?
He went with a friend. Yeah, he went with a friend, and the friend's father took him.
How long did they have to stand in line before they could get into the pavilion?
They got there at about 10, and then they didn't get into the pavilion until 12:30.
Yeah. Wow. They were lucky to get in.
So, and you, I don't know if you and Robin communicated with each other, but Robin tried to get the press passes that you asked for. It didn't happen. So
no,
it's okay. It's okay. He was fine. He had a great time. So
did he get pictures? Was he like in an area where he could like take a selfie with Donald Trump? Or?
No. And apparently he wasn't there. Donald Trump was there for an hour and then left because he had to go to Lakeland or Leesburg or something like that. The next, an hour later. So he was moving. He wasn't there very long at all.
Yeah, we were obviously we were not there. We were in Daytona, and so when I got back, I was looking online, and Anthony James had posted something, and I was surprised that he did the Pledge of Allegiance, and I thought, oh my gosh, that is so great. Then I got to see a video of him doing it, and the others, Bishop John Jackson, who just called in, blew me away also with his opening prayer. Just
of course.
Oh my gosh, it was so. You could be proud of Ocala with yesterday's event too.
Sure.
Not just proud of the people who were up on the podium, but I mean the people there at the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion as well. It was just,
For
it was just a
sure.
real.
Yeah, and I don't think there were any protesters or anything like that. At least my son didn't see any. So, because my wife is like, oh my gosh, there's going to be protesters. I'm like, first of all,
I know.
this is Ocala.
Yeah.
This is Ocala. All right. It's as Trumpy as it gets in any area of the world. I mean, he'd only probably be safer in Alabama or Mississippi. I think he'll be fine. So, yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. So were you worried about him going?
No,
You said
not at all.
No, not at all, huh?
Not at all. No.
Rudy Giuliani made an impact on him, even if he may not have realized. He didn't know the guy's name right away.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, how can you, when you're a baby, when something happens, it doesn't really resonate as much as when you're old enough to remember it.
To live it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I maybe we'll see. I mean, I don't know how big of it. I'll ask him when I get home and see if he's still.
All right, so I want to make sure we talk about blood, but there was one thing in the news. Now, one thing that really kind of makes itself clear when you listen to people who went to the Trump rally yesterday. You look at the pure video, the unedited stuff. You compare that to how the media reports about Donald Trump. You really see maybe that he's right. That maybe the media is kind of skewing it a lot.
I think so.
I
think they are.
Well, I agree with you. I'll tell you this. So, Donald Trump's getting thousands and tens of thousands of people at his rallies, right? I don't think anybody denies that. But what they'll say is, well, how many of those people are going to vote? Because Hillary's got such a great ground game. I don't even know what ground game means.
Right.
They talk about it every 4 years, and I think I know what it means. But and they're like, well, Hillary's leading in the early balloting process and all the mail. I'm like, they haven't even counted those yet. How do you possibly know?
Yeah.
And it's so I get frustrated. Exit polls are pretty darn accurate. I mean, that's one thing history has said. But the whole thing with the early voting, and they're like, well, more Democrats are early voting, and I'm like, well, the military leads with more early voting than anyone, and I'm pretty sure Trump's going to dominate in that area. So, and I told a friend yesterday. I said one of two things is going to happen after the election. I said the GOP is going to implode, and it will completely overhaul itself because it'll be 3 straight presidential elections that it's lost, and in the last one they got the candidate they didn't want, but the people wanted and still lost. And then if Trump wins, then the media is going to implode because the media will not know how to react to it. And I keep hearing media pundits say, well, the GOP has to get behind, Hillary Clinton when she wins this. And I say the reverse. Okay, then the media has to get behind, and the Democratic Party will have to get behind it if Trump wins. I think our current kind of world of not supporting the president, that's just not conducive to anybody.
So there was a story this morning that I read from Lakeland. And it is the crosshairs of sports and politics and media. The 3 things come together in this one story. And I'm just going to read you the opening line. It says, Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump took aim at the NFL's concussion protocol during a rally in Lakeland, Florida on Wednesday. According to CNN's Ashley Killow, Trump mocked the league's safety procedures after a woman in the crowd fainted. And this is the quote they give you from Donald Trump. He apparently in Lakeland saw the woman faint and then come back. And he says, look at that. The woman's coming back. That woman was out cold and now she's coming back. See, we don't go by these new and very much softer NFL rules. Concussion. Oh, got a little ding on the head. No, you can't play for the rest of the season. Our people are tough. This is Donald Trump likes to speak the way he would speak to you if you were sitting with him in the car.
Yeah.
And I just think that's what he's doing. He's just saying, oh my gosh, she's coming back. That's great. See, he's basically saying we're tough. But they spun it to say NFL has been, Andrew Brandt, whoever that is a columnist, I guess, from ESPN. And he said, NFL has been trying to move past the depiction in league of the NFL of denial of concussion of play-through culture. This is a tweet, so it's all abbreviated. Now presidential candidate mocking concussion rules. Do you think he was mocking the concussion rules by saying that?
No. Look, and this is, you're absolutely right. What happens is they pick apart whatever he has to say, and then they spin it however they want to say it.
Yeah.
If you take it in the total context, he wasn't. He was just saying, look how tough we are. And then, there's this feeling that the NFL, in my opinion, hasn't done enough with concussions. They need to be tougher on them and allowing people to play. But that's really not his point. He doesn't like Roger Goodell anyway. So whenever he can take a shot at the NFL, he'll take it. But that goes back to, you got to remember with Donald Trump in the NFL, he sued the NFL when he was a part of the USFL. And he won and said they have a monopoly, and then the federal government or the court system said, yes, they do, but it's okay. And so we're going to award you $1. And so he won the case, spent millions of dollars on the case, and then was awarded $1 when he won.
Jeez, okay.
Wow.
So you have to know that. That's what I mean. You have to know the backstory as to why he's taking a shot like that.
Well, and it didn't even seem like he was taking a shot at the NFL. I think he was basically saying, "Look, we're tough." And the NFL players are tough too.
He was taking a shot.
You think
he was taking a shot.
Right.
And absolutely.
All right, let me go to the phone real quick,
Absolutely.
and then we'll take the break, and we'll find out about the blood and all that. Good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, good morning. If you're talking about the Democratic Party ground game, do you mean the Democratic operative that attempted to register 10 dead people to vote? Yeah. I mean, the Hillary cheats.
Wow.
That's all I have to say.
And thank you, Jim.
Good job.
And the voting registration, by the way, has now been extended to the 18th in Florida, just so you know.
Nice.
And I don't understand why they're saying so that more Democrats can register. That's what the news said this morning. I mean, everybody can register, no matter what party you want.
I hope so.
belong to.
Yeah. Well, they did it because of the hurricane, but
I know.
The 19th?
The whole
18th.
premise is the fewer people who vote, the more likely that the GOP candidate will win. That's the bottom line. And that's most people thought. I believe that if there's a large turnout, then that will go to Trump, because that means there's a lot of disenfranchised people that will come out for Trump. So that's my opinion, and I base that on nothing.
Yeah.
So
Base it on nothing. No, you base it on having lived and observed.
well, that would be nothing to the media.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I'm not allowed to think for myself.
Yeah. Oh, right. Good point. Yeah. All right. How is the blood? Yesterday, Robin and I played a gig over in Daytona. Well, that's why we weren't here yesterday. Galen off the air asked us how it went. I told him it was really great. I love going to Daytona State College. We play there. This is our third time playing there, and they're just so open to cultural things, and so our music is embraced, which is cool. And then we walked down to the we drove to the beach, and we walked on the beach, I should say. Kind of a long walk from the college to the beach, and saw the damage from the hurricane. We saw signs up, donate blood. We saw the utility trucks out there.
Yes, lots.
So yeah, you came to mind. Obviously, we saw there was actually a One Life. What do you call it? One Blood bus on the campus of the school. But there were signs on the Subway store, donate blood. There was just the people were making the campaign. Is One Blood the only one that represents the Daytona area?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're the sole supplier of Volusia County.
Okay.
But you had said, though, that LifeSouth had stepped up and sent your blood over to the people that needed it, because One Blood couldn't.
Well, because they were just had so much of their operations affected. So yeah, of course, and they would do the same for us.
That's wonderful.
So, and they have when the tornadoes ripped through Alabama a few years ago, they helped us, and it's not. And you ask anybody from One Blood, and they'll say the same thing. It's not One Blood's blood supply. It's not LifeSouth's blood supply. It's the community's blood supply. I think that's crucial.
I think I know the answer to this question, but I wanted to ask you anyway. The appeal for blood that we witnessed yesterday, was it because there were so many injuries, or just because nobody was donating for about a week?
Well, nobody was donating for 3 days for One Blood, because you got to remember it came up the coast and it hit their entire area. It's not because of injuries. and typically when the hurricanes come, there's a less demand for blood because there's no, if you think about it, on that Friday there was no elective surgery scheduled, things like that. So it was an easier on the blood supply. But because we weren't able to collect on that Friday, really that Thursday starting at about noon, it just dried up, so to speak, and then didn't really recover until about Saturday at noon, when people started to emerge and kind of clean up. And so that really took us for 2 days. And that's why we went from a 5-day blood supply down to a 3, and then after we had to restock all of the hospitals, we went down again to about a 1.5. So it was kind of crazy.
So today, I guess that's the answer to the question that I would have asked, is how's the blood supply? I guess that's it, huh? Right there.
That's it.
That's it. That important message, and the important thing we witnessed over in Daytona, that blood is essential. Blood donors are essential.
Oh, yeah.
That important message that Galen delivers every morning is made possible on WOCA by Palm Garden of Ocala and Penn Flooring. Those are 2 sponsors that we love. And Penn Flooring has some beautiful flooring. Go check it out for yourself. I have to tell you, we have it right here at the station. The carpet my feet are on was put in here by Penn Flooring. They were quick too, by the way.
Very fast.
If that's important to you, they're very good at what they do. And go see for yourself what they can offer over at their showroom. Penn Flooring is at 1201 Southwest 17th Street, and they're right over the McKay-Williams Bridge, a few blocks from Pine Avenue. And Palm Garden of Ocala, not too far from the Paddock Mall. They have health and rehabilitation services. They have skilled nursing care. They have 21st century technology that helps you. They have a weightless treadmill.
Yeah,
you can actually basically what it does. It sounds mysterious, but it's really not that mysterious. It basically, with like an inflatable thing,
elevate.
It kind of suspends you over the treadmill, so that your weight is not on your knees and your ankles, but your legs can still run on the treadmill. So you're running sort of weightless.
That is cool.
Which is very, very cool. Or they can give you 10% of your weight or 30% of your weight, whatever the doctor and the therapist agree on. That's what you want to do. You want to go over there and see for yourself, because we're probably not explaining it completely. I'm sure we're not. Go there, and remember, they have everything you need for long-term skilled nursing, respite, rehabilitation. Tish, I believe, is still over there rehabilitating from knee surgery. Galen, we'll be right back talking about... Well, I have a couple of other things from where sports met politics, I think, on the other side. So we'll do that when after we take a break. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Thursday, intervals of clouds and sun. There will be a shower or two around. Anytime at the coast, only in the afternoon over the interior, the high 82 to 86. Clear to partly cloudy Thursday night. There may be a shower in spots right at the coast. The overnight, those 62 well inland, 73 along the coast. Clouds and some sunshine for Friday. There can be a shower along the coast, the high 83 to 87. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Palm Garden wants to get to the heart of the matter. If you've been in the hospital as a cardiac patient, maybe you have a pacemaker or congestive heart failure or an arrhythmia, or perhaps you're a heart bypass patient, then consider Palm Garden as your rehab choice. With proven outcomes second to none, Palm Garden fixes broken hearts. Call today at 854-6262. That's 854-6262.
There's nothing like driving through your hometown, the familiar sights and sounds of your community. As your hometown bank, Florida Credit Union can make that ride even smoother. Let us start up an auto loan for your new ride, or refinance your current auto payments today. No waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online.
Danny Warfel here. Look how easy Florida Credit Union's made it to drive a new car.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life. More info at www.flcu.org.
Hey, I'm Gary.
And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Thank you, Leah. It's 71 degrees. Looks like it's going to be another beautiful day in Ocala. And I've had good weather the last couple of weeks, Galen. I was in New York when the bad weather happened here, and I had good weather up there. It's just been a good weather week for me, a good couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm up in northeast Georgia right now. And it's,
are you really? Oh, I didn't know you were there.
Yeah,
are you in Atlanta?
No, I'm east of Atlanta.
Northeast. Okay.
Yeah, I'm up at a conference, and it's cold.
Is it cold?
Like 60-something.
Really?
60-something.
I had no idea you were up there. I should have. Normally, the first thing I ask you is, where are you?
Yep.
So what's the city? What's the name of the city?
It's Oconee. It's Lake Oconee. It's
okay.
Yeah. There's a lake up here called Lake Oconee.
Galen, any foliage going on up there?
Not that I'm looking at. No. It's a little early.
A little bit early. There was one other politics meets sports story. President Obama had a discussion with ESPN, North Carolina A&T State University. I guess this was on Tuesday, and they were asking him how athletes can get involved in activism, and should they be involved in activism. I assume they're inferring the kneeling during the national anthem issue. Anyway, I mean, it makes sense to get involved in something you believe in, but I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think you said it. I think you have to be very educated on the topic of whatever you're going to talk about. And these professional athletes, they got to that level. They're at such an elite level because of their focus and dedication to what they do every day. And so they don't always have the time to get involved. I know, like LeBron James is getting more and more involved as he goes on. And also, a lot of these athletes are in their 20s. I mean, would you really, what kind of a spokesperson would you have been for anything when you were 20 or 25?
Well, I would have been, but I was a little bit naive.
Your world experience didn't allow you to be able to really bring anything new to the conversation. You could probably pair it with somebody else said, but have your own thoughts and feelings on it. It's just a hard task for these guys who, just haven't had the world slap them in the face enough yet.
And let me say something now, looking back from the age of 61, let me look back to 20. At 20 years old, I had earned a living in part by playing guitar, singing in coffee houses, that kind of thing, okay, or bars, whatever. I had friends who were also 20 years old who by that time had already spent 2 years in the military. My experience was totally different than theirs. I had no idea what they were going through. Even today, I still don't know. Today's Navy Day, by the way. Happy Navy Day.
Happy Navy birthday.
And so you experienced something more by the time you were 20 than what I did. I experienced something totally different. Not that one disqualifies the other, but I think as far as how politics really does make a difference in the world, you saw it better than I did. That's what I think. And let me just add one more thing, because I want to hear your follow-up to that. I think a sports person is really in the same shoes as a musician, because you're so focused on the music, you're so focused on the sports, you're not really paying attention to the world around you. And I know there are exceptions to that, but I think in general, as a 20-year-old, I was more naive to the world than you were when you were 20. That's what I think.
I appreciate the point. I don't think it's true, because our scope is so limited, and even in the military, at least for me. I mean, I was on a ship in the Philippines in the middle of the Pacific Ocean for 3 years. I was completely out of touch with the real world, and we used to talk about it all the time. So if you went home on leave, you would come back. When you first got back to what we called the world, you were so out of touch with any pop culture or current events, because it was outside of your realm and you couldn't get that information. Mm-hmm. Now with the internet, I would expect that to be a little different, but you're very isolated in the military, and you're kind of not told what to think, but told what to think by your superiors. You don't make a lot of your own decisions, and that's what I needed. And I think that was really good for me. But I just think when you're 25, 26, 27, and these athletes are very well paid, and so I just don't think that's the time. Now when they retire and they can reflect on the world, I think it's a different time. But when they're an active athlete, I think it's crazy. And I feel the same way about actors. I'm always shocked when they're asking these actors their opinion, because they come and speak before Congress because they played a role as whoever they're representing in a movie.
Right.
I know. Think that's just so silly.
Makes no sense at all.
It's like staying at a Holiday Inn, therefore I can be president.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing what you're doing. Be safe up there and stay warm. Grab your hoodie and warm up.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, wait, where's the Bloodmobile today? Thank you, Robin.
We're at the Child Enforcement Agency today, so if you haven't paid your child support, we're going to come get you.
Pay it in blood, yeah. All right, be careful.
Yeah, there you go.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
I'm Lillian Wu. The Trump campaign fires back at the New York Times after it publishes new allegations of sexual harassment by two women.